Hey y'all, I'm back with another Cephalid Breakfast video, and today I'm actually going to be playing a cool list. This is a Yorion Cephalid Breakfast deck, and I just saw a few different lists that were published online and took some things I like from each one, and I'll talk about some of the cool features of this list. So with a Yorion list, you have 80 cards, and there are more slots to fill. So how those slots are filled in this list is a nice Stoneforge Mystic package, 3 copies of Stoneforge Mystic, a Cauldron Complete, and then in addition to that, Cryptic Coat, Pre-War Formal Wear, and Assimilation Ages. So some nice cards that can present a more well-rounded game and some fun stuff to tutor for. I'm particularly excited about Pre-War Formal Wear that I've never played with before. In addition to that, there's one copy of Step Through to increase the chances of hitting like a Nadu or Cephalid. And in the sideboard, there are some Veil of Summers. I know some people really like Veil of Summer. I haven't played it in a while, so this will be a nice opportunity to give it a shot. And we do also have a basic forest in addition to basic island and basic plains. So that means 4 copies of Prismatic Vista makes sense. And I'll say one thing that I actually really like conceptually about a Yorion Breakfast deck, and that is that there are these bad cards, these Narcomoebas that we don't want to draw. Dread Return, stuff like that. And it's nice to slightly lower those odds while having a higher density of good cards. So actually looking at this list, I see one thing that I still meant to change out, and I didn't want to have 3 Narcomoeba. So what I'm going to do is take this Narcomoeba out and move this Ghost Vacuum over here. And then with 1 card left in the sideboard, I think I will add this Voice of Victory. So just making this random change at the end here, seeing that 3rd Narcomoeba. But this should be a cool list. Let's see how the league goes. I'm on the draw for match number 1. I did reveal Yorion. Hopefully that's something I don't forget to do. And this hand's not super exciting, but there's days for interaction. Can start with a Tamiyo. I'll keep. Probably fetch the Prismatic Vista. My opponent mold to 6. They're on a 61 card deck. That could mean oops all spells. Starting with Once Upon a Time. Still could be oops, which is a little scary if I don't get a turn. If I do get a turn, I'll feel pretty good. I might actually start with Pithing Needle. Urza Saga revealed, so this is more like a lands deck. Pithing Needle should be pretty good. Okay, I like that draw a lot. I think I will fetch a basic plains and plain nomads. And next turn, depending on what they do, I could have the days back up to execute my combo. My opponent plays out Peace Saga. I think Force of Will would be the best draw. If they have Corrupt Rotation, which I will assume that they do, then this isn't really a stellar spot to try to win the game. I could hang on to this Needle, though I think if their Saga pops, they're likely to just get a Needle. I think I'm going to fetch a basic island and play Tamiyo. And next turn, Needle could get Saga. That could get them to tap out. And then if I draw land, I didn't attack, so I missed a point of damage. That's probably going to be fine. End step Once Upon a Time. Could daze that, but I think it's fine. I really would like to get a 3rd land. And they found a Thespian Stage. That's something I could needle. Mox Diamond. Alright, so on my turn, I still failed to get a land. That's kind of frustrating. I'll go to combat, see what happens. My opponent makes a construct. That's really good for me, actually. I think this was a mistake on their part, so I'll put the damage on Tamiyo, and then I'll play out Cephalid Illusionist. And now if they crop rotation, I have days. Going to sacrifice these 3 creatures. And this way, I don't know, if they have endurance or something and they mistime it, then I still have access to comboing off again. So here's the play that we talked about though. So just stays this. And that should do it. So against lands, I like the swords and I like Force of Negation. I don't like Daze or Spell Pierce. And I'll take out 1 Force of Will. I don't think the counter spells are really that good. Because Life from the Loam just recurs. That's really the threat that I want to take care of. And other than that, I think I'll stick with this. Please. I'll be on the draw for game 2, reveal Yorion, but don't forget that this league. Yeah, this hand seems good. An early Tamiyo flip. Tamiyo's not great against a Karakas deck, but if you can flip it early and they don't really have good pressure for it, then that could be a free win there. Flipped Tamiyo also plays around Tabernacle. Turn 1 exploration is pretty good. So they could be threatening Dark Depths pretty early, which is scary. I like Stoneforge Mystic because that can activate the Aegis. In an emergency, Tamiyo's Plus could also keep me alive for a turn against the Dark Depths. Map. Okay, so next turn they're going to have a Dark Depths. And Disruptor. Sure. What will they name with this? Probably Nomads in Core. Yep. Well, I don't have a Nomads around, and my Stoneforge could get a Shuko. So that feels pretty good. I'll make a Clue. And I actually wonder if it's more important this turn to set up Stoneforge Mystic for this card here. Because I would really like to be able to exile a Merit Lage if that's what they go for. So I'll do that. I also can get Shuko. The way that I get punished by this is if they use Expedition Map to get a Tabernacle. But if they do, I think that's fine. Okay, my opponent plays Ancient Tomb and appears to be passing here. I think they probably should get that map cracked and then play whatever that extra land is with Exploration. That's really nice to see. So I will attack with Tamiyo, hold back the Stoneforge. And then I think I want to Brainstorm first. Found Prismatic Vista, that's good. So I'll put back the dual lands. I'll just put these lands back. Play Vista, they can get a forest and I can draw a card. Alright, my opponent cracks their map now, presumably for a Dark Depths. Thankfully I have a couple answers for this. I think I'll draw a card rather than play the Shuko, though. Maybe it would have been correct to just play the Shuko, because then if I didn't draw the land, I would have access to Shuko and Nadu. Play my land. I definitely want to be able to hold up as much as possible here. So I know I have another Plains. I don't really want to fetch a second Plains. But if I play Shuko, then I'm still holding up the Aegis and Swords. And I think that's the best possible line here. I'll plus the Tamiyo. Use the Forest to play Shuko. Equip the Shuko. And say go. Alright, my opponent has a Merit Lage. And I think right now, while they're tapped out, I'm just going to do this. Put in the Aegis, exile the Lage. Alright, that worked out really well. And I still have Swords. Awesome. GG's. That was pretty cool. Stoneforge was really good there. And the access to all these basics was incredible versus land. Sometimes playing normal Breakfast, I want basic Forest. It would really smooth the deck out. But at the same time, kind of ends up being bad with all of the cantrips and things like that. But it'll be nice to experience that this league. I'm on the play in match number 2 and reveal Yorion. Unfortunately, I have to mulligan this hand without colored mana. And this hand's much better. I think in the blind, I'm going to bottom the Shuko. And I'm just going to play Savannah and pass. Dark Ritual turn 1. Yeah, that's good. That always feels bad when someone goes Dark Ritual and then Thoughtseize. I don't know. I think that's an incredibly greedy line because you just don't know. Like, it commits the Dark Ritual. I don't know what they're going to do now. Duress? Okay. Just stripping my hand of stuff. I don't know. This could be some sort of like Pox deck or something like that. Just 2 discard spells and then they say go. Sure. I'll play out Nomads. Pass. If they do have Smallpox, that'd be unfortunate. Tomb. Paraguay, sure. Pre-war formal wear. Cool. Don't think I can really do anything with that as of now. Next turn I could block with the Nomads and then get it back with formal wear, and it would actually be, at least for the time being, bigger than the Goy. That's pretty good. And this gives a trample, so I guess I don't really have a good block anymore. I'll just take it. I get another Goy and Sunset Saboteur. Interesting. They took the Baragoyf though. Saga is okay. And there's the other Goyf. And the Thoughtseize, sure. Probably gonna lose the pre-war if I had to guess. I was probably supposed to put Yorion in hand this turn. That's something I'm sure I'm gonna miss from time to time. I've never really played with Yorion. Wow, main deck, Leyline. And they're gonna get another Baragoyf. The land is not very good. But let's see, 7, 8, 6, 7. So I do have to block here. I guess I'll be making a construct and then blocking. Push on my Nomads, that's good. Construct. Block this guy. Looks like they did not hit anything there. So there is, it is Leyline Helm. And another Goyf, okay. Well, looks like if I can get a Cephalid, I might be able to win. So I'm going to thin my deck all the way. I'll get an island, and then I'll fetch Hedge Maze here. I guess this deck doesn't have Hedge Maze. I'll get Meticulous Archive. Spell Pierce, nope. Brainstorm, well, that's pretty good. Passed it. And I think we're dead. Alright, a deck like this, I feel like Veil of Summer would be really good. Force of Negation, really good. Consign as well. And Swords. There's a lot of things that are good, which is good because I don't think that the Breakfast combo is going to be very good against a deck that is intended to completely hate out the graveyard. So I'll get rid of all of those cards. I still have a couple of cuts, depth through, and 1 Ponder. Actually, I'll keep the Ponder and cut 1 Tameo if I can resubmit this. Alright, on the play. I'll keep. I don't love it. But if they are mulling and they mull to like a Leyline or something, I think Force is really good. I just need another land. Another Dark Ritual. Yeah. That's fine. Baragoyf. I'll force the Goyf. Vacuum. That was a card I should have cut, probably. I'll play out Needle and Needle Helm of Obedience. Surgical on my Force of Will, sure. And Sunset Saboteur. Okay, level land. All right, got the land. So I'll fetch a forest. Get Tundra. And I actually think, I don't know, I don't want to discard a card. I think as things stand, I'm going to win. So I was still going to fetch there to play around Opposition Agent. So beginning of combat, I want to make a creature so that they have to put a +1/+1 counter on it. They have removal, that's good, but still. I think this was the correct play. And this thing has Menace, so I can't block. But my things are about to be bigger than it. They could have Opposition Agent here. Sudden Edict, okay. Get Shuko. Vacuum. So now my thing is as big, and with the Shuko, it has more power. And this feels all right. Next turn, if I maybe I'm stuck with a card in hand, I can go ahead and Prismatic Ending this. Thoughtseize, sure, they're going to take the ending now. Get rid of their Barrowboy. Okay, the land is really nice because now I'm holding up Force of Negation. And they're on a 2-turn clock. Sega. Another one of these. Ooh. Okay. I think I want to Surveil. The end of turn, I go to 5. Stoneforge Mystic. Yeah, I think I like Stoneforge Mystic. It'll tap me out of Force of Negation, sadly. So I'll attack. No blocks. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, actually, because I'll be able to block these. Yeah, that was stupid. That was my bad. Hold back. And then play Stoneforge. Yeah. Oops. Good game. Alright. Round 3, I'll reveal Yorion on the draw. And I keep this hand. My opponent is mauling as well, so that's nice. Whew, well this is a real unexciting hand, but I'll keep it. Bottom Narcomoeba. I'll definitely have access to lands. Probably losing card here. Okay, Goyf, sure. Wouldn't play out the Tamiyo. I don't have a lot going on, so I really need to get it going. I don't know, maybe I'll just play it around days, that's fine. Play it next turn. Rainstorm. And now my opponent has a Tamiyo. Nomads. I guess I'll go Tamiyo and Nomads. And they daze. Sure. Alright, here I don't think I want to block the Koi because at 2 power they could put a Bowmaster into play. Alright, no land from the opponent. Another Tamiyo. So I think rather than drawing here, I want to play the Cryptic. They dazed me last turn, so I'm hoping that was their daze in hand. Nope, they had a second daze. Alright, so now looks like they're low on lands. So I can actually flip my Tamiyo here if I want. I think I would rather play the Vacuum. Well, let's start with this. Spell Pierce. I think I like taking one hit off the Koi and flipping the Tamiyo, and then the Vacuum will start to make its power smaller and protect the Tamiyo. And then next turn I'll have Spell Pierce held up. This way if they have like Orcish Bowmaster or something, this plays around it. And next turn I can also play the other Tamiyo. They're liable to spend their mana cracking this clue. Oh man, I have Kaito. That's a bummer. I guess I'll play out this Tamiyo. Surveil. I don't want another land. Awkwardly, I don't have another blue source held up. Start playing cards out of my hand. I do have the option to get Yorion soon. Maybe my mana would have been better spent just putting that in hand this last turn. Taking all this damage down to 5. I guess there's that Tamiyo and a Wasteland. Now they have a flip Tamiyo. And I'm losing my Tamiyo. Great. Well, I could top deck a Cephalid. That would be okay. Ponder. Full. Scoot. Alright, I played that super poorly. I'm getting a little frustrated here, honestly. I'll bring in the Veils and all of those cards. I'll cut the Dazes and the Forces. Oh, this hand sucks, but I'm gonna keep it. I'll fetch an island off this Vista. I don't think I want all 3-drop equipment, so I'm gonna shuffle. Wow, this is really rough. Turn 1, Goyf. Another land, great. Thoughtseize, I'll lose my only card, and I'll fetch. Another land, no. Oh my god. Play the Saga, they're likely gonna wasteland it, and then I just literally have nothing. The damage, they get a clue, they would get so bad. Yeah, Cephalid Illusionist. Play out the Trap Clown and pass. Well, it's sort of a relief that they play the Bowmaster out. Fetching now suggests they have a Kaito. Yep. There's the Kaito. I go to 9. I'm dead next turn. I guess I'm not 100% dead next turn, but doesn't look good. They put 2 cards on the top. I wonder if they had a Force of Will. Well, let's play this out. Kind of amazing that Nadu connected. Get wastelanded again. Push. Okay. All F6. I'm dead to a Bowmaster. Casting Ponder. Shuffles. Well, I'm out 1. Looks like I might steal this game. Here's Dread Return targeting Thassa's Oracle. Oracle's in there. Wow. Well, didn't think I was going to win that one, but I think when they kept those cards on top and one of them wasn't Force of Will, I feel like maybe they were supposed to dig for Force of Will there. I don't think I'm going to make any changes for game 3. All right, game 3 on the draw. This hand looks good. I'll keep. That plan from the opponent is a nice start. Narcomoeba is a terrible top. I think I will go Island and play Shuko. Sort of a trap to see if they daze it. Nope. Still no from the opponent. Another Stoneforge. I'll play out a Stoneforge. That resolves. We'll get a Cauldron. And if this dies, I have the backup Stoneforge. They have Bowmaster here. It'll be interesting to see if they swing with Bow, like to get a Kaito into play. If they do that, the Kaito will die at a Cauldron. So I think they have to Stoneforge first. All right, Stoneforge cleared. And a Wasteland. And another Bowmaster. Well, I would really love another land, especially a basic. Veil of Summer. Awkward. Well, here's another Stoneforge. And a Force of Will. Great. Sure. Spellbomb from the opponent. Sure. And I go to 9. They're down to 1 card. Another Veil with no green source. Sucks. So all swords here, but I am going to wait to see if they put in a Kaito. Because if they pick up the token, for instance, that's 1 less thing I have to remove. Swords the token here. Ponder. I'll play on Narcomoeba. An embarrassing game. I guess I have gone 5 draw steps without drawing a land. My opponent did not shuffle. And they attack. Well, absolutely trade. Wait. Well, I have to kill the Koi, sadly. So Swords Koi. Maybe they force. I think I just Spell Pierce here. And then next turn I can like Ponder and then Veil, although I won't be able to draw off the Veil. If I Veil now, that puts an extra power on board for them, and I have to fetch for that, so I go to 1. I think I just Spell Pierce. I pretty much have to find a Nadu. So if I Ponder, I die. If I Brainstorm, I definitely die. This sucks. And I could have 2 more life here if I had Swords that token before damage, so I definitely sort of misplayed. I go to 2. Brainstorm. Sure. I think I'll go to 1 here, and I guess it's awkward because I can Wasteland this, but I just have to try to make something happen. Okay, they just had another Bowmaster. That's fine. Good game. I'm on the play for match 4 with a completely fine hand. I'll keep. My opponent's on a mull to 4. Somehow I still feel unfavored. Getting Thoughtseize. I'd probably take Cephalid. Step through is nice because it's a bit of redundancy. I really need to find a Force of Will as soon as possible. They took Cephalid. Saga. Well, it's awkward that I can't cast Nadu with the mana that I have. But I definitely should play this so I can get a Ghost Vacuum. I'll step through to get Cephalid. And if their hand is slow, then I can capitalize. They do now have perfect information, so if they can win, then they just win. Another Thoughtseize. Sure. And they take the step through. That was a good draw. I think I'm going to go ahead and play Nadu now. I'll get an Island, and then I'll get Savannah. Play Nadu. Could just be dead. Let's see. Okay, I'm just dead. Wow, 1 Narcomoeba list. I guess they can have a Narcomoeba in hand. Yeah, whatever. I lose. Alright, well, I like all the blue cards. All this stuff seems good. Just take out the slow stuff like the Stoneforge package. Prismatic Ending. Yeah, I'll run this. Alright, well, I'll keep this. Probably hold up Spell Pierce turn 1. Maybe I'll just play with Tamiyo turn 1, actually. They're mulling a lot again. Tundra Tamiyo. Maybe it'd be better to have Spell Pierce plus Force, but my hand is very action light, so I would like to get something going. Cabal Therapy. They're probably going to name Force of Will. Sure. Alright, so this turn, I think it will just play out Pithing Needle, and I'll name Goblin Charbelcher. Since I have Macabre and Spell Pierce, I think I have their graveyard covered, so Undercity Informer is not that important to name. And then especially since I've drawn that next land, I can start cracking the clues. Name Belcher. No additional mana from the opponent, or maybe it's just rituals. Next turn I can flip Tamiyo. Another Tamiyo. Not the best, but if I do flip Tamiyo, then having another one could be nice to keep the clues going. That's pretty slow. Another land, not good. Alright, I don't really want to tap out of Spell Pierce, so I'm just going to get this Surveil in. I will keep Force of Negation on top. Alright, so this turn now I will flip Tamiyo, since I can still hold up Spell Pierce, and then next turn get that Force of Will back. And it's going to be pretty hard for them to win through this. I'll play out the land before cracking the next clue. Alright, this looks really good. I like having the days and the Force. So I have Force Pitch, Tamiyo, Spell Pierce, and Days as backup. I don't think they're going to win this game. In fact, I wonder if I have enough going on here that I can just, with another Days, I'm just going to keep ticking this up. Play out my land. I'll play a Nomads. But I just have so much going on in my hand. I'll just plan to ultimate the Tamiyo. Ritual. This is fine. I'll daze whatever comes out of it. I'll hard cast a daze first. No, because I can, with Force of Negation, I'll just pick this island up. If they pack, they know I have Spell Pierce. Alright, they just let that resolve. That's pretty nice. Force of Will. Great. I'll just play this land back out and attack. And they should not be able to win through my hand here. And then I'm about to draw 32 cards. I guess 31 cards next turn. Awesome. Now let's say they had Pact of Negation there to back up the Balustrade Spy. They would know I have Spell Pierce, but I actually think it's correct to let the Pact resolve since I had the Macabre, because I don't think they could win that turn through a Macabre. And then I could Spell Pierce anything else, like a Memory's Journey or something like that. So I think if there had been a Pact, I still would have let that go. I don't want any of these sideboard cards. I'm just going to run it back. We'll reveal Yorion. Ooh. Probably can't this hand. I don't know. They're keeping 7. I think I need to mull. Alright, I'll keep this and bottom. I'll bottom the Veil. I just don't know when I'm gonna get to actually do that. Dark Ritual. Have to force this. Hopefully that buys me a considerable amount of time. I have to hold up Consign. Cabal Therapy. They're not going to hit off of this, thankfully, but still good for them to know what they have to beat. Name Force of Will. So we'll take this opportunity to surveil. Dread returns straight to the bin. Another Tamiyo. Not very good. So I'll play this Tamiyo out. I'll hold up Consign. After this, I can be holding up a replicated Consign, which will feel even better. No play from the opponent, so it seems like they're struggling for mana. Shuko, that's pretty nice. Well, I would like to get out of this game as quickly as possible. And I think the way to do that is to play Shuko. So I guess I missed a point of damage if that was the plan the whole time. But it's fine. Shouldn't matter. Alright, they have Thoughtseize, so they can take the Illusionist or Consign. Maybe I'm just dead here. I'll get Tropical Island. Okay. Very interesting that they took Consign rather than Cephalid. Were they just conceding by doing that? Feels like that was the wrong decision unless they have Graveyard Hate. If they have one piece of Graveyard Hate, I can beat that. If they have multiple pieces of Graveyard Hate, I can't beat that. But I will play this out. And I think I'll go for it. Okay, they just scooped. So they just didn't take the Cephalid when they were dead to it. I'll take it. GG. I'm on the play for the final round. I've successfully revealed Yorion in every game. That feels like a win in itself. I'll keep this hand. Might have to play a Stoneforge game. Hopefully Prismatic Ending is good. I feel like if I was doing this league over, I would probably keep Swords in the main deck over Prismatic Ending. I think that was a weird choice. I think this is a good situation to brainstorm to hide the good cards. Okay. I think I want to hide the Tamiyo. And I'll just put back Cryptic Coat. Or maybe... yeah, I'll just do it like that. The awkward thing about this line is, like, if they remove one Stoneforge, then they can get the other one with, like, if they Thoughtseize that one, now they can just remove the other one. So I'll put them to the test on their removal with this Tamiyo, see what they want to say about that. Prismatic Ending should be pretty good in this matchup. Ooh, Cabal Therapy. Yeah, that's good. They name a Stoneforge. I wonder if they're gonna play like a Mother of Runes or something here and just get the rest of my hand. Swords. Sure. Well, Cryptic Code seems probably as good as anything, so I'll just get that. I better get a Plains. Oh, a Nadu. That's pretty cool. Flip this. Have to pay a 2 mana cost. Tezzeret, interesting. Probably gonna die right away. Let's see what they get. Walking Ballista. Interesting. My own Saga. Well, I wish I could flip that Nadu. But I can at least kill this Tezzeret. Probably be able to ending the Ballista. I do wonder if they have like I guess they can use that to kill the rest of my hand. So that's pretty good. That Cabal Therapy is going to be a really nasty one. But they are passing. Ponder's nice. I will ponder. And a land is really good. Play a land. Attack for 3. Well, I'll be able to Cabal Therapy away both of those cards. And they could Needle Flooded Strand, which would be really good. But I'm going to let them do that, knowing that I can draw a Cephalid Illusionist next turn. And I just really hope they tap out. I do feel mildly ahead here. I'll make my construct, but I will not crack Flooded Strand. LED, whoa. Oh, is this going to be like Bomberman? Am I dead now? Okay, so I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead now. That's really cool. Okay, well, they were a Thoughtseize deck. I don't know if that means I'm supposed to bring in Veil of Summer automatically. I'll put this in like a maybe pile. Force of Negation is decent. I do think I need the Plows. Consign could be good. Graveyard Hate could be good. This list is too light on Graveyard Hate. It's pretty irresponsible to have only 3 pieces in like a 95 card deck of Graveyard. I like Force of Negation. So if I bring those cards in, what am I cutting? Maybe Tamiyo. They probably play Orcish Bowmasters, if I had to guess. I'll cut the Dazes. I'll cut this super slow Stoneforge stuff. Just try like that. Yeah, I'll keep this. Try to turn 2 them. If that doesn't work, I have Nadu. Grab a basic island. Play Shuko. Just get a Plains. Play Cephalid. They probably have a Plow. Or they have like March of Otherworldly Light. Is that what this is? Wow. Sure. What did they exile? They exiled in March, so. Well, it's kind of awkward. Bowmaster. Yeah. Pretty good. They out Nadu. Saga's really good for them. They out Tamiyo. I'll just hang on to the ending. Get my Surveil land. Don't want another land. Another Tamiyo, that sucks. I'll just attack with both. I probably should have attacked with Nadu last turn. Card. Force Negation's good. I think now that I've drawn Force of Negation, I can ending the Bowmaster. We're going to get to make constructs. If they want a Needle Misty Rainforest, I'm fine with that. Oh, Spear, okay, so they're going to try to maybe just get me dead. Pretty good. I could wait. Next turn, I have to block something. Entomb. Interesting. I'll let them entomb. I think if they're going to use this well, it'll play into Force of Negation, Cabal Therapy. Interesting. I don't think this is going to hit Force. Yeah. That would have been a tough one to name correctly. Veil of Summer. I would have liked that a second ago. So I guess I have to put Yorion in hand, hold up Force of Negation Veil, and then chomp with Tamiyo. The Yorion will get a Nadu trigger, which will be nice, but I don't know if that's going to be good enough. But I'm glad that in the final match I can at least do something with Yorion. I'll go ahead and attack here. Really hope Veil comes in clutch this turn, like if they thought seize me or have another Cabal Therapy or something. Block here. This one has Trample. Ooh, no. Another Saga. Okay. Brainstorm. Man, is that just better? Like, next turn I have to double chump. Right. If I cast Yorion, yeah, let's just Brainstorm. That was bad. That was really bad. I guess I go to 2. Cast Yorion. Oh, it doesn't even target, does it? Yeah, it doesn't even target. I thought that was going to work, but that was not a real synergy. So I guess I missed an attack at least. So Tezzeret, Force of Negation, pitch Force of Will. And sadly, I have to just block this and make a construct. So I'll go to 1. I have to draw a Brainstorm into my combo. Well, there's Brainstorm. Oh, this feels really bad. Fetch. Alright, so my honest thoughts on this deck after a 2-3. I think this deck sucks, and I really don't like playing bad decks. I'm not going to say that you couldn't build a better Yorion Breakfast list, but it just felt like I never found the cards that I wanted. Yorion was complete trash. There was like maybe one time I could have put it in my hand, so I'm not going to say that I like played this super well, super optimally. I'm definitely a novice Yorion gamer, but like, I definitely think this card, the presence of this card, is not really taken advantage of by this list. Like, what card in Cephalid Breakfast has a really good ETB? I'm looking at this whole list, and only 3 Stoneforge Mystics even have an ETB other than Thassa's Oracle. So why dilute your combo for this card? It really doesn't seem like there's a good purpose. Now, I do think there is an appeal to drawing fewer Narcomoebas and Dread Returns. It still felt like I had plenty of Narcomoebas in my hand this league, but I just didn't really enjoy this list. I didn't think this league obviously went pretty poorly as a 2-3. And I'd be curious, you know, if you are a Yorion enthusiast with Cephalid Breakfast, like, how can this deck be built better? One thing I thought of was maybe adding like a Snapcaster Mage or 2 that could have a good ETB. But the fact that Yorion doesn't even target means that like you can't even get like one big Nadu hit. So I don't feel really compelled to continue working on this list. I even felt that Prismatic Vista was often awkward. I think you do want like more access to dual lands than this deck really offers. And yeah, I didn't feel super impressed with this list. So anyway, it's fun to try stuff. Definitely nice to change it up. And I hope that y'all enjoyed seeing me pilot this different list and enjoyed a little bit of a train wreck of decision making that happened in some of these games. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.